Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Cameron Talks Football. In today's video, I'm going to be doing an overview of what week two looked like and what some fans and what all the fans are saying about their teams and if it is true or not. So before doing into the video, thank you guys for everyone that has recently subscribed and watched my recent videos. So now getting into the video, we are going to be checking out the week two overview. And as you can see here, you can easily see that the Broncos didn't play well. The Broncos, I think, are one of the most overhyped teams. Everyone was thinking, oh, they're possible Super Bowl contenders because all they needed was a quarterback since Peyton Manning left. And now since they have that, I don't think they have not played good. They didn't beat the Seahawks. They barely beat the Texans by one touchdown, which is kind of crazy to think about. Their defense has been playing great. Their defense is playing great. They held the Texans to 9 points. That's what they should have held them to. But their offense should at least got like 20 something points, at least 21 points or more. So I think that the Broncos easily should have beat the Texans here. The Cardinals beat the Raiders. The Raiders had a 20-0 lead, I think, after the end of the third quarter or something like that, which is crazy to think about. And they lose 29-23. I understand the Raiders are going to be putting it on their head coach, Josh McDaniels, but he's putting together some good plays. It's just that Derek Carr is not completing all the necessary passes that he needs to. The Raiders fans need to realize that one bad season from a head coach is not a good justification to release him. I understand if they did not do anything that whole year, but the Raiders have a good team. They just need to figure it out. And next year, if they can't figure it out this year, it's hard to make the playoffs when you start off 0-2, but you can't give up on your team yet. It is too early to give up on your team when you have a good roster like the Raiders. Next is the Cowboys and the Bengals. Congrats to Cooper Rush. He played great. I think his name was Cooper Rush. Yeah. He played great against the Bengals. He led the team to a 20-7 win, as you can see here, against the Bengals. The Bengals are now 0-2. They should not be worried because they're in a division where everyone else is 1-1. So I think if the Bengals all they need to do is just win a couple games, and then their team, the people in their division just need to fall out, and then they'll be right there. The Bengals are a team that they can easily bounce back because of their roster. They have Joe Burrow, they have Jamar Chase, they have T. Higgins, they have Tyler Boyd, Hayden Hurst. They have some pretty decently good pass rush. They just need to get better corners. I think if the Bengals get better corners, I think they'll be a good team. They just need to find out how to get some corners in there. So, like I said, they don't need to overreact like the Raiders do. Just give it some time, and I think they will figure it out. If the Bengals don't win two of their next three games, I think it is time for panic mode. Just like the Raiders, if they don't win at least one of their next three games, I think it's panic mode for the Raiders. So now the next game, as you can see here, what's new? The Packers beating the Bears. The Bears, they started off good. I think they're winning like 7-0 and then like 10-7 or something like that. And then they just started to fall apart. They should have stuck to the run game because David Montgomery was playing great. He is a great running back, and so was Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert was playing pretty good too. I just think that they were too focused on trying to pass the ball more than trying to set up the run game to start the pass game. So I think they should establish more of a run game before going into the passing game, like the Packers did. They had a good run game. They had a good pass game off of their run game with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. AJ Dillon didn't do too much though, so it was mainly just Aaron Jones with his two touchdowns, and I think he had like 30 something fantasy points or something like that. This game right here, the Titans the Titans and the here, let's go back to it real quick. The Titans and the Eagles. The Titans and the Eagles, they both played. I mean, why am I saying the Titans and the Eagles? The Titans and the Bills. This was a blowout game. First of all, I hope that I can't remember his name right now. The corner for the Bills. I hope he has a speedy recovery because that hit just looked nasty. When he got hit, his whole back folded, his neck folded. It just did not look good. So I am praying that he does have a good recovery. I don't think he's possibly going to play the rest of this year just because injuries like those can't end careers and end seasons. On the other hand, the Titans played like shit. They did not do anything. As you can see here, we're going to be looking at the we're gonna look at the thing for if it would let me, but we're not. I guess it doesn't want me to. That's fine. Yeah. So the Bengals they played like shit. Titans definitely played like shit. That is for sure. They lost 41-7. The Bills are the best team in the NFL. If the Bills can get a punter, a solid running game, and I would say another like a left tackle or like some more line help, they will be the best team in the NFL. They've outscored their opponents, I think like 72-17 or something like that in their past two games, which is just crazy to think about. The Bills are Super Bowl favorites out of the AFC. So far no one's going to beat the Bills until other teams are starting to put up a fight, I would say. Next is the Eagles and the Vikings. Eagles played great. Jalen Hurts played great. He had great running success. He had great passing success. And as you can see here, they just completely dominated the Vikings. I understand Kirk Cousins on primetime games does not play good, and that shows right here. He lost 24-7. I think he threw like three picks, two of them to Darius Slay. I think he was completing, it felt like more passes to the Eagles than to the Vikings players. So that was a really terrible game right there. Next, we're just going to go back up to the top. Chiefs and Chargers. This was a good game. This was a good game. I think if Keenan Allen was in there, they would have won. But so far, the Chiefs have been playing pretty good without Tyreek Hill. So we're just gonna have to see how it continues. I think that they are. I think they're both good teams. I think they're both gonna make the playoffs, and I think they'll meet in the playoffs to play each other. It's gonna be them, the Chargers, or the Bills playing against each other, and one of those teams will win. And it's gonna be a good game when they play each other. That is for sure. Next is the Giants and the Panthers. The Giants are playing pretty good. They barely won this game. Saquon Barkley didn't do too much, but their defense played good. And Graham Gano definitely did get a lot of points for them. I think he mostly got all their points by kicking field goals. So that was a good game. Patriots versus Steelers. Patriots do need to work on their third down defense and working on their penalties, because when the Patriots would be in like 3rd and 5 or whatever, they'd get like a holding call or a false start, which would push it to 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 15. So hopefully we don't do this. Let's see how good the Patriots will play. But if the Patriots play good against the Ravens and beat them, I think they'll be a team that people should definitely look at a little bit, just because the Ravens are considered one of the best teams in the AFC. Next, Buccaneers and Saints. This game is always fun to watch just because Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans definitely do not like each other. They both got ejected for fighting. Tom Brady did not play his best game against the Saints, but when he needed a drive to get ahead for the win, he got that done with a back corner touchdown to I can't remember his name right now, but they got a back corner touchdown and they won that game. So maybe I think the Buccaneers will definitely figure it out. They are the most complete team. Their defense is insane, led by Devin White. Devin White is a great player, and that pass rush just reminds me of when they won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. All right, this game right here, the Browns and the Jets. The Browns choked the game. I think they had a 99% chance to win the game when there was a minute 50 left. And somehow they just figure out a way to choke the game. And as you can see here, the Jets won. The Jets are 1-1. That is a good record for them. That is really good that they won that game. Really bad for the Browns that they lost that game. If they won that game, they would have been first in the AFC North. But as you can see here, they did not win. Right here, Dolphins at Ravens. The Dolphins were down like 21 points in the fourth quarter. And I think they outscored the Ravens like 28 to like 7 or 28 to 3 in the fourth quarter. pushing the Ravens to 1-1 and the Dolphins to 2-0. If the Dolphins can keep this up, they can possibly win the AFC East and compete with the Bills. And we don't know until they play each other. So until then, I think they can compete with each other. We just have to wait. Tua threw for almost 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, I think, and like only 2 interceptions, which is just crazy. He did underthrow a couple ones that did, even though lead to touchdowns, but he did also throw some pretty good passes, which is good to see after everyone doubting him. Right here, the Jaguars and the Colts. I don't know why I picked the Colts to win when they play like shit in Jacksonville every year. I don't know when the last time they won in Jacksonville was, but this is exactly how they lost last year and didn't even make the playoffs. So, I should have picked the Jaguars to win. Good game, Jaguars. You guys won that game pretty easily, I would say, 24-0. Jonathan Taylor definitely needs help on that offensive side of the ball. Matt Ryan needs to figure out how to play football, and their defense needs to learn how to stop a cold. Next is the Lions and the Commanders. Lions played great. Good to see the Lions win. They deserve it. I think they could have a good season. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they'll slowly get there. In the next couple of years, I think they'll be a team that can make the playoffs easily. But until then, I think they're going to be a 7 win team this year, which is pretty good for them. I think 7 wins for them is not that bad. So congrats to the Lions for winning. Dan Campbell, their offense played great. Jared Goff played great. DeAndre Swift played great. Amon-Ra St. Brown played great. That is for sure. 49ers at versus the Seahawks. As you can see here, the 49ers were finally able to beat the Seahawks. The Seahawks, usually, no matter how bad the Seahawks are, they somehow beat the 49ers, but the Seahawks lose, and the 49ers are 1-1. I think they are leading the AFC and the NFC. I forgot. I can't West. Oh yeah, the NFC West. So it did come at a cost of Trey Lance messing up his ankle, and he is out for the whole year, which is sad because I wanted to see how well he would play with this complete team that he does have around him with the 49ers. Rams and Falcons. The Rams almost lost this game. The Rams almost lost to the Falcons, which would have been kind of funny if they were able to somehow lose this game. But they won. The Rams were down, winning 28-3, and the Falcons could have had the that curse lifted above them if they were able to win this game. But it won't happen until that score happens again and they come back. So that's how they won. And I already did all these scores right here. So if you guys did like what I said about these prediction or about what the overview was, make sure you guys do drop it in the comments. If you guys do think that the Raiders and the Bengals, if you guys think that they should panic or if they should not panic, let me know in the comments down below. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.